Are we getting umbrellas?
Everyone gets an umbrella.
Everyone gets an umbrella. Be a flat surface, I have to use. Hi friends, welcome back. Good morning from Manila. We're leaving today actually. We're about to head off to the airport, jumping on another flight, flying to our next destination. But before we do that, we're not sure what food options we might have at the airport. So we're just popping out. There's a place called Salad Stop just across the road here. And we're going to get a salad from Salad Stop. Black olives and tomato. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You too. That's a pretty painless check-in actually. The self-service kiosks print out your boarding pass, and now we're just going to drop our bags. Just one note when you're here in the terminal at Manila, in the domestic terminal at least, and I think international too, but there's no free Wi-Fi. So if you're looking to get online, you're either going to need to have your own local SIM card or some data that you can use overseas, but the free Wi-Fi networks that you can hop onto either need a Filipino number, so you get a code sent to your mobile, or you need to have an account with a company like Go, I think it's Go Internet or Go something. But either way, you can't just hop on and get free internet like you can at, you know, Australian airports, LAX, London, those sorts of places. We gave ourselves 3 hours to get to the airport because obviously it's Manila and the traffic's normally pretty bad, and we were told on a Friday it's probably going to take a while to get here. It took us about 18 minutes I think to get to the airport. Check-in was ridiculously fast. You just go to the kiosks, just type in your booking reference, and then you get your boarding pass, you drop your bags off, and we came through here in about 20 minutes. It's actually really, really smooth. One tip I will give you though is whenever you're travelling in general, but especially in Southeast Asia, make sure you've got your flight itinerary and everything printed out as well and on you, because there's quite heavy security to actually get into the airport, and so you're going to need to show the security staff your itinerary. They don't really care about passports or anything, they just want to see that you're on a flight that's leaving probably today. So make sure you print it out, because if you haven't got your free Wi-Fi and you've only got your bookings on your phone, it might just make it a bit harder to get into the airport. But this is the domestic terminal at Manila. We've got about an hour or so before we hop on our flight now to Cebu, which is where we're heading to today with Cebu Pacific. I could probably do a quick airport tour. When you're about to go through security, you'll either go left to international or right to domestic, which is where we are, and then you'll see a bunch of shops in front of you, and this very nice, well, you probably won't see this because it's Christmas time, but Cebu Pacific have got this big display. It's very festive. This is how the terminal is laid out. The terminal itself is not very big. There's a couple of places to eat. You can grab a coffee, like the touristy shops, the stuff you'd expect where you can buy souvenirs with, like Cebu and the Philippines, and not Bintang, that's somewhere else. Panda Panda, waffles, Japanese food, Filipino food, shake coffee. To be honest, I don't really know. Jamaican patty shop, Cinnabon, and then once you've gone through all the food and eating places there, all the gates are just behind you, and that's where we need to go actually. Umbrella! Thank you.
On behalf of Cebu Pacific Air, we welcome you here aboard on flight 581 bound for Mactan, Cebu. Our flight time is approximately 1 hour. We will be cruising at an altitude of 33,000 feet. As of the current weather condition, the weather en route is forecasted to be cloudy and the temperature is 27 centigrade. This is due to the Typhoon Usman coming from the east of our country. In the meantime, you need enter in the cabin. Please do approach our cabin crew.
probably heard the first officer say, actually just on the announcement there, that there is a tropical cyclone coming in. There's a big low pressure system. I think Usman, I think that's what they've called it, but that's coming over the Philippines over the next 24 to 48 hours. We should be alright for this flight. We're a bit late getting out because the aircraft was late coming into Manila. But actually getting to Cebu today should be okay. It's a bit turbulent and seatbelt sign's still on. Even though we're at cruise altitude now, we're still in cloud. You can probably see the bumps as well. But it's just a short 1 hour 15 flight on this Airbus A321. I've got to say, the first time I've flown Cebu Pacific, the staff have been fantastic. They've been really, really good. Because it was raining when we boarded, everybody gets an umbrella, so they'll open up an umbrella when you get off the bus. You walk up the stairs, get to the top of the stairs, just before you get in the plane, they'll take the umbrella from you, pass it down to the bottom, so everybody gets their own one. No one gets wet. And also, instead of the stairs you get to normally board an aircraft, they've got the it's kind of the ramp. Really good. It's not slippery at all in the wet. There's no steps, so you're not tripping over anything as well. And people, you know, who might need a bit of assistance to get onto the aircraft as well, I think it makes it a lot easier to get up when there's a kind of a gradual ramp to get on the aircraft instead of having to get up using steps. Great idea. Other cool thing, seatbelt sign's just gone off. Other cool thing about this Airbus A321 actually is that this is it's a full economy aircraft and there's no recline on the seats. So the seats are all fixed in position. So on these shorter hops, you don't get, which is a little bit of a pet peeve of some of us travellers, but you don't get the issue where people recline their seats on the short flight. You know that everybody's basically in the same situation and no one's going to recline in front of you. Some people might not like that. I know a lot of people like reclining. I don't generally recline my seat on the short domestic flights. So I think that's a great idea. There's also no food service that comes round as part of your fare, but you can purchase food from the Fun Cafe. But we're not going to do that. We bought our food already, you saw that earlier. If you are visiting Manila and you want to find some vegetarian food or just, you know, healthier options, honestly, that salad shop sandwich that I had and the salad that Jack had, really good.
And fasten your seatbelt securely. Guests inside the lavatories must return to their seats.
Yeah, we're starting our descent into Cebu now, and yeah, the lower we get, we're probably going to hit a few little bits of turbulence on the way down into Cebu. My instrument rating instructor always told me, whenever you're climbing or descending and you hit the patches of turbulence, my instructor Steve, he always said it's just Mother Nature giving you a sign, telling you something. Either that the winds are changing or there's a bit of wind shear. So every time you hit turbulence in the cockpit as a pilot, I'm always looking down to my wind vectors, seeing what's happening to the wind. Has it shifted direction? How's my track? Do I need to adjust my heading to stay on track? All those different things. So if you're ever a passenger on a commercial flight and you're climbing or descending and you hit a few little bumps, honestly, don't worry about it. Just Mother Nature giving us a little sign that this atmosphere that we're flying in is constantly changing. Meteorological lesson over. We should be in Cebu soon.
For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign.
It is very friendly here. This is a good idea. Look, there's trolleys here by the baggage claim, just waiting, ready to go. Instead of having to go all the way over there, get your trolleys, come back, pick them up. I just thought that's quite a good idea. Anyway, welcome to Cebu. I'll go across here, yeah. Thanks, mate. Okay, we're at our resort now. This is the Shangri-La Resort here in Cebu. It's actually a really good option for families and if you're traveling as a couple. I'm going to cover it in more detail over the next couple of days. We're also going to be traveling around Cebu and going to some of the other islands like Bohol. However, I don't think we're actually going to be going anywhere tomorrow because, well, let me show you why.